has awarded 285 billion euros in grants last year. And yet, most companies missed out. Not because they were rejected, but because they got buried in bureaucracy. Or worse, they never even heard about them. This means that companies that really want to access public funding need to be constantly searching in outdated government websites, read through dozens of rules and regulations, and then spend up to 50 hours writing an application. Now imagine doing all of this without any certainty of success several times a year. Applying for grants is a full-time job. And the only other option companies have is to hire expensive consultants. The bottom line is this. While grants are supposed to be the best source of funding for companies, for most, they end up becoming a complete waste of time and money. Well, not anymore. We are Granter, and we have created the world's first AI grant consultant, a vertical AI agent that handles all the bureaucracy of grants, end to end. But how does it work? It all starts with grant matching. We created a database of every single publicly available grant in the market, and then our agent matches each company to the right grants for them and checks for eligibility instantly. And when it finds the perfect grant, it writes a full application. And because it does so according to the official criteria, it greatly increases their chances of approval. But it doesn't stop at submission. Once an application is approved, our agent will manage the entire project, tracking results, sending reminders, and submitting reports and invoices. And companies can apply to as many grants as they want for just 4,000 euros per year, which is 5 times less than what you'd pay to a consultant for just one application. And we are growing fast. We launched last year with a single target in mind, reach 100,000 euros in sales. But we didn't hit this target by the end of the year. We did it in just 3 months. And then we thought summer was going to slow us down, but we actually doubled it and expanded to 4 new markets. And then we doubled it again, reaching over 400,000 euros in sales in just 9 months. And this was only possible because we're already working with some of the biggest companies in Portugal, but also with some very big multinational European companies like Roca in Spain. My name is Bernardo, and I'm a second-time founder. I was part of the first sales team at Uber. And my co-founder, who is also named Bernardo, has been leading tech teams in startups for the last 10 years. We are accompanied by yet another Bernardo and 3 other super talented non-Bernardos.
Bernardo, that is all the time you have, but we do have time for Q&A. All right. 2 minutes from our judges. If you're ready, yes, please.
Thank you very much. I would like to know a little bit more about your scalability when you cover the countries across Europe, if you are managing European funds or also local funds when you scale.
Yes. So right now, we started with Portuguese funds. I am Portuguese. Also with European Commission grants, so grants written in English to the European Commission. And now we're entering every single specific European market and going for their national grants. The way we do it, we get expertise from local experts, and we create what we call internally the Bibles of how to write grants and distill that knowledge into our workflows and our models.
All right, good question. Anybody else? Yep, down here. You want to pass the other microphone really quickly? All right, here we go,
Hello?
here we go.
Oh, yeah, perfect, sorry. First of all, congratulations, because, well, I am part of the public administration. I understand the problem you have, so congratulations. I think it's a very useful tool. I would like to know how are you going to prove this solution here in Spain, for example? Do you have contact with Spanish public administration or not yet?
Public administration, not yet. We are working both with Portuguese government already, and we're talking directly to the European Commission. No connections with public administration in Spain yet, so let's talk after this.
Perfect.
But we are doing Spanish grants right now with Spanish customers.
Okay, thank you.
All right, time for one more. Yep.
Hey, how do you think about defensibility in the long term?
Yeah, so defensibility for AI agents is a very big topic, and the only thing that really matters is proprietary data. That's the only thing. when we talk about AI agents. So what we say, what we talk about when we say proprietary data in this specific markets is knowing the workflows of how to actually write, evaluate, check eligibility of grants, and actually having all the knowledge inside the models. So having workflows and proprietary data, we already have hundreds of applications done by our agents, and we are actually acquiring this proprietary data through different partners all around Europe.
Well done, Bernardo. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. What a good start here at the competition. Okay, this second pitch is from the winner of the consumer track. Now, wouldn't you like if there was a gamified tech platform that could turn your daily steps into rewards to fight the sedentary crisis? This is what they do over at Macadam. From here in Spain, we've got Diane Vey, the head of comms and public affairs, coming up for pitch number 2. Diane. Is her mic on? Yeah, go, go, go.
Right? Thank you. Is it working? Yeah. Okay, we do it again. So, what is a typical day like for many of us? You wake up, maybe you do a bit of workout, and then you sit at your desk behind your computers doing some calls, for some of us remotely. At lunch, you order in, and at night, to relax, maybe you watch a nice TV show on Netflix. Never in human history have our lives been so sedentary. According to the WHO, 1 in 3 adults is considered physically inactive. Sedentarity is now one of the leading preventable causes of death, and it's costing billions to our healthcare system. Here is the paradox. Even though we all know we should move more, we fail to do so. Why? Because the brain is biologically wired for immediate gratification. That's why we created Macadam. We created Macadam to overcome the short-term bias. And we created Macadam to make movement rewarding and fun. We created Macadam in 2022 in Barcelona with one mission: fight sedentarity by making the movement irresistible, rewarding, and fun. How does it work? Very simple. First, you walk, and once a day, you turn your daily steps into coins. Second, you enter the gamification loop that will incentivize you to walk a bit more every day. So you do challenges, you look for coin in the map, you do treks, and you walk a bit more every single day. And then you enter the reward ecosystem, where you can redeem your coins for cash, give donations, gift cards, or donation to a charity you care about. We have 15 million users across the globe, and we aim to reach 20 million by the end of the year. We are bootstrapped and profitable, present in 51 countries. We are a great team of 36 people from 13 different countries. And the metric we are the most proud of, our users, by average, walk at 25% more with our app than before. Our business model is very simple. It's free for users, and it's paid by brands. We have 2 high-margin revenue streams: performance advertising and brand partnership. In short, we created an economy where staying healthy is the most rewarding choice you can make. Join us in making the world move.
Diane Vey, everyone.
Thank you.
Well done. All right. And don't worry, we gave her seconds back at the beginning for the microphone. Okay, judges, it's your turn. 2 minutes.
I have a question. How do you prevent a fraud use of the app?
Well, we capped the number of steps you can do daily, and so the number of coins you can do from steps. So it's 45,000 per day. So it prevents a lot of fraud. And then we have also patterns on our data system. And when we see something a bit weird, we can check it out.
Nice. Over here.
Hello, congratulations. I have two questions. First one, if you evaluated the impact regarding sustainability, because if people is working, they are much more sustainable. And the second question is regarding selling the data, because I come from an insurance company that is true regarding the life insurance. That's very impactful, because if people is working, they are healthier, and it will be very positive for companies like mine.
Exactly. So on the first part of your question, sorry, I forgot. Which one was it?
Sustainability.
Yeah, sustainability. So yes, we do track how many carbon footprints you have avoided by walking, and you can see on the app, you have like a summary of your activity, and you can do how many kilometers you've done and how much CO2 you have avoided by choosing walking over driving a car, for instance. That's for the first part. And for data, we don't sell it. It's anonymous, but it's true that we have a lot. So for now, we use it as a prevention tool in order to make people aware of the crisis of sedentarity, and also to give it to public institutions and so on, so they can act on it and have data. And we are exploring today to develop a B2B offer with insurance company or people that will be interested in having people healthier that can get bonification, for instance.
Well done. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, our third pitch today is the winner from the Mobility and Smart Cities track. They're called Explora. Now, they come from Italy, and they're talking all about how there's this blind spot, moving it over to managed assets, the AI platform that turns subsurface risk into actionable intelligence. It's got UXO, utilities, and archaeology, and the person here who's going to tell us much more about it is Eric Larson, their CFO. Here we go.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric. I'm the COO and co-founder at Explora. At Explora, we do AI-powered underground risk intelligence. And we work in the underground, and it's a blind spot. It's a blind spot because we simply don't know what's below our feet, both in the defense sector and in the civilian sector. Why? Because we use outdated methodologies to get together information and data. Those data are interpreted subjectively, so human being, and there are no existing and a priori data. What if we could have a giant CT scan, like the doctor does to our body, above the city? That's impossible. But we created a groundbreaking AI and machine learning cloud solution that is capable to do a CT scan, a 3D CT scan of the underground, up to 14 meters depth. We combine data coming from different sensors, best commercial and off-the-shelf, and we deliver output to our customer. We can digitalize almost everything, above the ground and under the ground, with a centimetry precision. So what can we classify and identify? We can find underground infrastructure, gas, water, etc., unexploded ordnance, data and grid powers, and archaeological findings. And we deliver a brutal competitive advantage to our customers. Traditional methodology takes up to 5 days, 3-4 days to analyze 1 hectare. We do it in less than 5 hours. We reduce by less than 1% false positive, and we increase margins for our customers. All that you heard here, we can do it in the defense sector too. We put AI on edge with a plug-and-play black box on drones, and we can detect active and passive threats for our soldiers and for the population. How do we make money? We can sell direct and full service, so we gather data for our customers, we sell a SaaS, and we can do direct sales for the defense sector. We were born in 2024, we made our first million, so quite a good market fit. This year we are going to reach, as soon as possible, 3.8 million in revenue. We stand out because we are AI native, we do civil and defense, and we do real-time intelligence that our competitors don't do. The team is composed by 3 co-founders. Marcos, a PhD in mechanical engineer, I come from the venture capital world, and Giancarlo is a senior geophysician. We are working in a big market, an expanding market, at 350 billion TAM, with a growth of 10.5% yearly. To conquer this market, we are raising 6.5 million, but that's the news. We already closed a round of 7 million. Big round of applause for us. Just yesterday, so we are here to announce it. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, well done. All right, over to our jury for some questions. Yes, good.
Yes. I would like to know a little bit more your competitive advantage and to explain a little bit your technology in comparison with your competitors. Thank you.
Yeah, so our competitors, even if they claim to use AI, they still analyze data, drawing data on map, okay? So everything is almost completely manual. Just a first interpretation of data is made by AI. We shift everything, so AI, there is no human in the loop drawing lines of tubes, pipelines, etc. Everything is interpreted by the data. So we fuse big data coming from different sensors, and those data are rebuilt in 3D. That's our way different from our competitor.
Congrats, Eric. One question. You mentioned some customers in the slides, but who are you so far working more with? Is it cities, utilities? Is it defense contractors?
Yeah, so mainly utilities. Our main customer is Italgas, A2A, Heratec, more or less that market, and EPC contractor, real estate, smart cities, government, just a few on the defense side, because we are growing its sales cycle. It's really huge there, really large.
Quick one on the customers. So you mentioned you have a lot of sensitive data. So how do you vet the customer so this doesn't fall into the wrong hands?
So we don't use cloud in this case. All the data are processed in our server, secured in our house. For some customers, like for example Italgas, we do on-prem directly on their facilities. So the data, it's never going outside the company.
One quick one on the hardware side of things. Can you comment quickly, is your innovation on the AI software side of it, or are there sensor innovations as well?
So we do not do hardware. We use the best commercial, but we are really good in interpreting data coming from those hardware. So we can read something that others cannot read, okay, fusing data from different sensors.
Well done. Here we go. All right, jury, well done on all the great questions that time around, really coming at it. All right, our fourth pitch winner is from the Trust Tech and Data track. They are called Secrets Vault. They're from here in Spain, and they're looking at a post-quantum world, specifically post-quantum passwordless authentication and data protection powered by everyday images. Here we have Gerard Cerveo, CEO, to tell us more.
Thank you. Very good. Hello, everyone. Let's start with a quick quiz. Raise your hand if you forgot a password last week. Last month? That's normal. Passwords are used in many systems because they are cheap and they work everywhere. But their fragility brings huge costs in terms of cybersecurity and operations. And they used to be user-friendly, not anymore. And in the quantum age, it will be even worse. Alternatives solve many problems, but they introduce new challenges in terms of compatibility, cost, usability, and operations. So they typically end in partial rollouts. Our unique approach, we have developed novel technology that works everywhere, is compatible with legacy systems, and is very simple to use because we combine images with post-quantum security. And this is not just a new tool, it's a transformational technology that can be applied in many use cases. We have started with two. Identity and access management. Imagine that you could reduce your account takeovers, your helpdesk costs, but allowing your employees to use images as authentication factors from any device in multiple ways and leveraging your current investment. Or data protection. Imagine that you could protect and share your most sensitive information, intellectual property, disaster recovery plans, master passwords, using an image as a key in a way that only the intended user can unlock it. These two verticals are key pillars in the cybersecurity industry with double-digit growth in the coming 10 years. Our main market is Europe right now, with servicing medium to large organizations, typically through IT integrators, and more recently through our agreement with Microsoft. The founding team brings more than 30 years of experience in cybersecurity, cryptography, and startup growth. My co-founder and myself, who I guess is around here, were co-founders of Cytel, internet voting company, where we became 600 people, and we raised 160 million. Later, I became COO at Blueleaf, which I collect in its growth and final successful sale. And Jordi is an expert in the field with 550 patents and 60 scientific papers. After 24 months since our inception and 10 months of commercial activity, we have become a team of 10. We have filed 2 patents. We have launched 2 products to the market. We have signed our first customers, which give us a bit more than 100,000 euros in ARR. And we have raised 900,000 euros for different investors. We have made cryptographic post-quantum security practical today, ready for the tsunami that is forming. We are expanding operations within customers and partners. So if you are interested in talking to us, come to our booth number 16, and you may get the best thing from South Summit or alien sticker. Thank you very much.
Even complete with giveaways. All right. Jury, what are your questions for us? Yes, here we go.
I'm going to ask about the time to market of this and so you are talking about quantum, but I think we are still a little bit away of all of us being exposed to quantum. How do you see that, and why do you say you have customers today, and how are those related to the quantum? I just didn't understand that.
Okay, this is a very good question. Quantum computers that can break current cryptography are expected in the coming 3 to 8 years. Nobody knows. But the European Union, US government, they already are recommending all companies to start migrating to be ready by 2030. There are attacks that exist today that people are collecting, hackers are collecting data that is valuable in 10 years, 5 years, because they expect to decrypt that when the quantum computers are available. So now, 1 year ago, there was not a lot of demand. Now, we are getting a lot of requests, etc., of companies that are already looking for this. So we start now to protect them, because migrations in big companies will take 5, 10 years of changing their systems.
Good question. Jury, what do we got? Come on. Have a quick espresso. Okay. Wake up again. Give us more questions. 30 seconds. Here we are. Thank you so much.
Who asks a question gets a sticker.
No, thank you. As I was listening to you, so congratulations for the presentation, I was thinking how they are going to face the face recognition. Sorry, because probably this is a very stupid question, but now much more applications and much more systems are using face or either the fingers or any biometric data to be sure that they are substituting the password.
Okay. Yeah, well, we can go here for 10 minutes, and I think we have time.
But you have 10 seconds.
No. Biometrics is a factor that is impacted by AI. Biometrics alone is not secure. Deepfakes and other situations impact that. So here we are combining different factors, which is requiring security. In this case, an image is something I have, I know, and one of the factors could be your face.
That's it. Here we go. Well done. This is a tough topic, big answers to these questions on this one. All right, the 5th pitch is from the winner of the Digital and Tech Solutions track. This company name is LunaLift. They are from the United Kingdom. Their tagline is all about intelligence and automation to save time, increase visibility, and grow through AI search. Their pitcher today is Johannes Eret, their CEO. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Most of you are entrepreneurs, innovators, and investors in great ideas. But having a great product is no longer enough. You need to be found, trusted, and chosen. Instead of only traditional Google search, you now have many agents and models with distinct personalities. In order to succeed, you need to be able to answer the questions. What are your customers asking AI? Why are your competitors showing up in the answers? And how do you get recommended instead? The major shift to AI search is moving billions in revenue from companies that are stagnant to those that invest in AI search today. Introducing LunaLift, we help your company to become visible, trusted, and recommended in AI search. We show you frequent questions that your ideal customer are asking AI, and automate strategies that help you win against your competitors. We feed millions of signals of what's working best into content workflows that amplify your expert voice. And we can even monitor the effect of AI search on your new customer and revenue growth. The tectonic shifts in the 2 trillion online search industry are affecting almost every industry. We work with direct companies and agency partners. Other tools like Peak AI focus mainly on tracking visibility in AI search. We go deeper by automating strategy and optimization while allowing humans and agents to collaborate. Our patent-pending solution makes it easy for AI to understand your website, and we have the most advanced tracking of competitors and AI-attributed conversions in the market. LunarLift offers fair variable pricing with plans that let you save the more you commit. It starts at 149 euros per month. We've built an acquisition engine that automatically identifies companies that benefit from inbound customers, have low AI search visibility, and use compatible technologies. We've just closed our closed beta with 20 trusted partners across the US, UK, and Europe, and are now scaling to 1,000 customers by opening our acquisition channels. My co-founder Naomi has led her own marketing agency and worked with brands like Burberry and Adidas. I have 10 years of experience as a tech CEO and founder, and am former VP of AI for Cognizant that I have to scale from 1 to 83 million in ARR and a 500 million valuation. If you're ready to become a winner of the AI search revolution, then let's talk, connect on LinkedIn, and take a quick picture of the...
All right, you'll see it up there, QR code. Judges, question time for you. Well done, well done.
Get early access. Thank you.
All right, just here.
Thank you very much. Could you expand a little bit more your go-to-market strategy, how you are going to face the market, how you are to reach your potential clients?
Yes, totally. So, like part of our own infrastructure is that we are able to read websites very fast. So we can literally read thousands of pages in a second. So we explore the web for opportunities where companies benefit the most from inbound, from search exposure, and use like compatible technologies, and are maybe in compatible markets, in competitive markets where either they have low search visibility or they are an enterprise customer and they need to be on their toes to keep that good position. So that is the first stage. And then we have further optimization for like outreach and having actually like a learning platform. I'm an AI scientist, so we have AI for a lot of those processes while keeping a human touch where it matters most, right? To breathe some soul into the process. But yeah, it's highly automated and scalable.
How are you thinking about the pricing model, the business model, pricing model?
Yeah, so the pricing model is based, so it's usage-based pricing. The usage components are how many prompts are being analyzed, how large is the website, then how much are the agents being used. So those are the, and also how many conversion events do you want to track. And then we have the plan, we have plans that allow all users to have access to the enterprise features.
This is all the time we have.
Okay.
I was pointing at your zeros here. Well done, well done, well done. All right, thank you very much. Okay, everyone, can you believe it? We're already halfway through the 10 pitches that we have today. Maybe if you saw yesterday, His Majesty Felipe XIV was here, and he actually watched some of these same pitches that you are watching now. How cool is that? pretty cool. All right. Maybe you can call him later, tell him who wins, okay? Just make sure he knows. Maybe it's one of the ones he saw. I don't know. All right. Up next, our sixth pitch is the winner from the Climate, Tech, and Sustainability track. They are Mitiga Solutions from here in Spain. They transform climate risk into strategic advantage, enabling resiliency across critical infrastructure globally. Here to tell us all about that, Italo Saravia, the enterprise business developer. Here they are, I think.
Climate risk is no longer a future threat. It's a present one. And many companies are still flying blind. Climate disasters have been increasing from the past years 4 times more, and they will continue to rise. But there's something that we're still missing. Its impact. There's 21 trillions of euros that could be potentially wiped out from the global economy due to climate-related events. Heat stress, floods, droughts, and extreme winds. And all this just by 2050. So no far away from where we stand right now. And when physical risks hit, reinsurance premium spikes, supply chain get disrupted, and asset values drop. So the question here now is how to predict the future. You model it. And this is where Mitiga comes in place. We are the first company founded and led by scientists that, in combination with supercomputing power and proprietary models, we're empowering organizations to act, analyze, and report on their climate risk exposure, but down to the asset level. With Earthscan, our climate risk analytics platform, we're helping companies predict what those physical risks means to their companies, to their assets, and to their operations. Doesn't matter where your assets are located, you can have this analysis within a matter of seconds. And we do this by knowing which are the risks that are underlying, hidden in those portfolios. And once you know them, we start to quantify them. What does heat stress mean to that manufacturing site? Or what does extreme wind mean to that building that will be impacted in the future? This could potentially be revenue losses or capital expenditures. And in the end, we provide you with adaptation model or adaptation lenses that you need in order to make your company and your assets resilient to climate risk. And with a wide diverse of products that we offer, we're helping companies navigate this complex landscape of climate risk to pre-screening investment decisions before deploying capital. So let's stop reacting to climate risk and let's start quantifying it. These are the companies that are already trusting us, and we're bridging the gap of the complex data science and building actionable, resilient decisions. So this, in the end, means that they're moving from being reactive to climate risk to more preventive. Thank you very much.
Well done. I didn't have to stop you. We have a couple more seconds for questions then. Here we go.
So thank you very much for the presentation. Very interesting. I wanted to know, in the last slide, you said that you were working with the Ministry of Science and Innovation in Spain. What kind of work are you doing with them?
So basically with this type of companies, it's all about research. So we always partner with a certain amount of industries in order to keep developing the best science in order to deliver this accuracy that we have for asset managers, real estate, manufacturing companies. So it's about providing to the upfront type of companies, the ones that provide or have real assets, but also still keeping you in the loop about how to keep evolving the science, that it's in the end fitting the entire system.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. You showed a very impressive roster of customers. Could you tell us a bit more about the product and the competitive landscape, as in, like, what are the main reasons all those customers are choosing you? Is it your model is better than the others when tested? Is it the ease of use? Or if you could explain a bit more.
Yeah, thank you for the question. That's a great one. Basically, there's different options. Of course, there's many competitors in the landscape, but in the end, where Mitiga stands out is that we're the only company that provides return periods for all hazards. Return periods are basically the probability of a certain event happening in a window of time. So we have that for heat stress, flooding, extreme winds, so every single climate risk. But also it's about the company, that the people that are behind Mitiga. You cannot deliver this if you don't have the right scientists set in place. And in the end, a lot of the customers that we have, they share with us that the user interface, and it's as simple as it gets, it's something that they really want, because climate science, it's already too complex to analyze. So once they see this platform and see how easy it is to interpret and just plug and play this into audit-ready reports, it's a no-brainer for them.
Thank you.
All right. Perfect timing. 2 seconds left. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Our 7th pitch is the winner from the health track. They are from Spain, called Altum Sequencing. They are, in fact, revolutionizing cancer monitoring with ultra-sensitive DNA sequencing from a simple blood sample. Here to pitch for us is Marina Planas, their CEO. Let's give her a round of applause.
I'm Marina Planas, CEO and co-founder of Altum Sequencing, a company born in a hospital. And this is Jess, my dear friend. She was diagnosed with cancer, and after 3 years fighting, doctors finally said, "Yes, you are clear." But she wasn't. Why? Because relapse begins with a single cell that nobody sees today. Up to 36% of patients are not correctly diagnosed after treatment. So how we can fight against what we cannot see? We need to make the invisible visible. At Altum Sequencing, we detect one tumor cell in 1 million healthy ones. How we do it? Imagine a plane flying at night. We cannot see it, but radar can detect it even in the darkness. That's what Altum does for cancer. We see what the image cannot see. We stay with the patient throughout the entire cancer journey, from the diagnosis, treatment monitoring, and relapse detection. One platform, multiple clinical decisions. Unfortunately, this market is massive. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women in this room, we will develop cancer in our lifetimes. We are a B2B global company. We have signed 3 pilots with 3 pharmas in 3 different countries that all together could generate 300 million pipeline. My co-founders are internationally recognized key opinion leaders. Together, we combine clinical excellence, scientific innovation, and business execution to bring this technology to patients worldwide. Our ambition is clear: to make personalized cancer monitoring the newest standard of care. We are asking for 5 million euros to empower and to accelerate our AI cancer platform monitoring and scale its impact in the entire healthcare ecosystem, from doctors to hospitals, from pharmas to insurers. By 2030, we aim to help 500,000 patients and build a company of 500 million euros. My dear Jess, Altum, it's about time. Time to live better and longer.
Well done, Marina. Thank you. Now, right here in the middle, we have, okay, start here.
Thank you, Marina, for the pitch, amazing pitch. So can you elaborate a bit more about the clinical path that you are following? Do you need any certifications? Which ones have you achieved, such as the FDA or whatever?
Okay. Our current customer are pharmas. We are helping to then develop the drugs. So as we are today, our lab certificate, we are in lab certification. We can work with them till phase 1. Meanwhile, what we are doing, we are certifying our software platform for IVDR. We are just now choosing the notified body, so it's going to be 1 year and a half that we are going to be clear. But today, we can work with clinical trials, we can work with the pharmas that we are doing, we have customers right now to develop the drugs.
Right. Sami, in the middle here, I think, yep.
Just another question on the customers. So I'm assuming pharmas make money out of those who develop cancer. So if you're helping them avoid that, why would they want to be your customers? In what sense?
Yeah, because we help them to stratificate the patients. So there are some pharmas that they go to the second line of treatment. So if they don't know if the patient is cured or not, they need us to provide these drugs to more patients. And also, we are in the early stages now, and we are helping to them to develop faster because they see the toxicity in the patients and also if the treatment is working or not.
Very, very quick. There's 20 seconds.
Really quick question. Can you talk briefly about what the experience is like in the monitoring phase? What does it look like for the actual customer who's trying to track their treatment?
Sorry, again?
Can you talk about after the treatment, like what it looks like for the customer, the interaction
Yes, so for the
with your
patients.
product?
Very quick, very quick.
Super. So what we do is we have any kind of blood analysis, urine or whatever, and what we do is just monitoring them, just with a blood test. So for example, for one patient of follicular lymphoma, in 5 years, we monitor with 15 tests. So it's just to check.
All the time we have. Well done. Very well done. It's hard, just this way. Lots of great pitching here happening. This timer, it goes quick, All right, our 8th winner of the Industry 5.0 track to get up here on this stage today is Floatech. They are from Spain. They're all about boosting new generation of solid-state batteries using 100% silicon anodes. Here to tell us is Fernando Zelaya, their CEO. Let's give it up.
Hi. In Floatech, we enabling the electric mobility by changing materials. The bottleneck today is the anode. Anode is made of graphite. That is a critical raw material for Europe. It's a stealthy material. 95% of it is controlled by China, and is limited in the energy density, charging time, and range. We propose a solution that is SiCoil, is an innovative solution with a material, silicon, the second more abundant material in the earth, the 10 times more energy storage than graphite, and the technology, nanotechnology, that is able to solve the problems that happen with the swelling of the silicon anodes, and a process that is scalable and dry, capable to make kilotons of nanomaterials. The difference with the competitors is our paper-like architecture and our process that is scalable, cost competitive, half of the current cost of the graphite, and sustainable. The paper-like material can avoid the dendritic growth between the anode and the cathode in the solid-state batteries, and is also handy and easy to manipulate. The business is very big. It's growing 28% CAGR with a 50 billion by 2035. Our business model is a B2B, selling the material and licensing the process. The customers are OEMs in electronics and EV, and cell manufacturers and battery. The markets are Europe, Asia, and America. We are validated by EIC. We have the accelerator program to move from the TRL6 to TRL8 with blended finance. And we have 3 seals of excellence and a stamp of STEP, a Strategic Technological European Platform. We have 3 patent families. We have freedom to operate in all the big market. The first patent is already granted. We have a team built to make the industrialization with experts in going from the lab to the fab with the new technologies and grow with a double digit. We are looking for a lead VC for 3 million private equity in our round A of 10 millions. We already have 5 from the EIC, 2 from the current investors, and we are looking for fresh money. We are looking for industrial network, market access, to go to market, scale up, and a digital twin. Thank you very much.
There you have it. All right, right on the nose. Well done. Okay, jury questions from. Do we have someone ready? You left them speechless. Here we go. We have one. We have one.
Hi, congratulations for the presentation and thank you. Can you go more in deep in the fabrication of these chips? Sorry, these materials, or the fabrication. How are you going to
fabrication?
Make it?
This is the differentiation of our material. Our competitors use chemical vapor deposition that is typically used in microelectronics and is very good for main layers. But our process is a thermocatalysis. We use a catalyzer with a gas that make nanowires. These nanowires create a paper-like material. We can produce kilotons of materials. Our competitors not.
Sorry, because my question more specific about where and how, because you say that you have 5 to 10 employees, and how do you produce that?
We produce in Madrid, in Getafe, we have 1 megawatt hour reactor, and we have installation there to build more capacity.
And for the scalability will be enough, or do you need another center?
No, we need another center. We will make the first mega factory. That we will need 40 to 50 millions to do so. And our plan is license our process, which means main plants in every continent and supplier. And some of the customers, especially in the electrical vehicle, they won't have their own process in-house to be sure that they have the supply chain under control. But we are talking about gigafactories. Every gigafactories will need a plant.
All right, we're down the end really quickly.
What are the capabilities, the team capabilities that you are missing to make this happen, to make this a big business?
We are now in the phase of a startup, and we are moving to a scale up. We have commercial capacities, but we need more commercial capacities, and also internal process, because all the internal processes are now doing by one person. And we have to all the people to scale up, to move from engineers to operators that work 24 hours, 7 days.
Well done, well done. A lot of pressure when I'm already standing up here. It means the clock is at the bottom. All right, we only have 2 pitches left. Thank you very much for your time here today. Okay, up next is our winner from the Enterprise Solutions track. They are called WiseCX. They're here from Argentina. They are autonomous revenue engine that transforms conversational signals into a scalable growth layer for global brands. And here to pitch for us, we have David Cabrera, their CEO. Please welcome him to the stage.
Every company has thousands of conversations with their customer every day, but less than 20% turn into a sale. So what happened with the other 80%? Conversation, signal, revenue, all of it gone. Even in the AI era, most companies treat CX as a cost center. We are changing that. Customer conversations are the most valuable data layer now. Yes, there are a lot of information, revenue signal, buyer intent, who is the customer, yes. This information, today the companies doesn't analyze. Less than 30% get analyzed. That the gap WiseCX is closing. WiseCX is the autonomous revenue AI engine, end-to-end. We don't just automate. We run the entire revenue cycles autonomously. Each conversation makes the next one smarter. Conversation, automation, revenue. These words today are separate. WiseCX brings them together. This is the engine running at Garmin. Our AI agent converts 10% inside the store, but the real power is what happened with the other 80%, 90%. We detect in real-time friction, stock out, check out error, and trigger revenue recovery action, yes, in real time, and the result, 80% additional conversion in the hot sale, yes? Our growth speaks for itself. 7.5 million in 18 months. Best-in-class metrics, 142% NRR, 12 million in active migration pipeline. We are ready to win this category. We don't just automate, we run the entire revenue cycles. Each conversation makes the next one smarter. We have 500 million conversations behind us and add 8 million conversations each month. We operate in 9 countries, 6 telcos as a partner, and we have grown 20% a month for the last 18 months. Yes? That's put us on a path to $35 million by mid-2027. Today, we're raising $4 million as our bridge to Series B. Every company has the conversation. We are building the engine to turn them into revenue. Thank you.
Well done on your timing. Over to the questions now, please. Yes, down here.
So thank you, David, for the pitch. Congratulations. Which is, when we are talking about AI, there is the same question always. Tell us about the defensibility. Which is your moat? What makes you unique?
Okay. Yes. YCX has proprietary technology, yes, to capture. Our value proposition is understand conversation, understand and classify conversation with our taxonomy, yes. We training our taxonomy with millions of conversations, specialized in different verticals, e-commerce, retail, health, fintech, yes. And with that, we can classify conversation and with our technology. And with this layer, we capture around 70% before pass to LLM.
Okay, we have one just over here.
Congratulations, you brought in big numbers and big names, but can you talk a little bit more about your business model?
Okay, our business model is by consumption, yes. Overall, by revenue action, yes. The cost for our client is a conversation resolved, but a revenue in action executed. For example, recovery one sales.
Just a quick one. The go-to-market, AI go-to-market space is pretty crowded. Who are some of your competitors?
Okay. Our value proposition is different. For example, today there are a lot of competition in automation. Yes, our value proposition include automation, but the difference is to this insight or this information we capture in real time and detect in real time to convert more sales. We compete maybe with
all the time you have. Well done, well done. Okay, all right. We got to get ready. We got our cheers to be a little bit louder on this next one. It's our very last pitch of the day. Can you believe it? We're already there. Okay, this person was the winner of the Future of Work and Talent track, okay? Company is called Stemdo. They're from here in Spain. They're building the workforce layer for the next wave of AI transformation. The person who's here to pitch is Alfredo Montilla, their CEO. Give it up. Last pitch of the day. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. Let me start with a question. Do you think it makes sense to create a tech talent company in the era of AI? Hiring is slowing down, tech team are getting leaner and leaner, and junior roles are not needed anymore. But the elephant in the room is that AI is generating a new skill gap. And still, we need individual contributors for these new roles. And we need it fast. So experience cannot be left to chance. We have created the Experience Engine. We identify talent, we train them in enterprise tech, we place them into real-life projects, and we make sure that they grow until they are AI-ready individual contributors. And we do it with our own technological layer that make it scalable. Every step is measured, every skill is validated, and every professional grows daily. We have created a new category. This is not another marketplace of freelancers of job candidates, and this is not another training that doesn't have skin in the game after the training. This new model has allowed us to count with global leaders as a clients, but also be considered as an educational partner for most of the cutting-edge technology providers such as Anthropic, IBM, AWS, Appian, and so on. After 3 years in the market, we have been growing triple-digit. We are now at $8 million ARR, more than 250 jobs created, and we are starting our international expansion. We have put a rockstar team together. Founders were friends from university, and now we have completed the team with the right experience to create, growth, and operate talent, but also companies. After 6 years at McKinsey, I spent a year with the Mayor Almeida thinking about how to boost even more the region of Madrid, and we identified that one of the causes of this huge growth was the lack of tech talent. So we decided to bring new talent into the market, but from regions with high unemployment. These guys, these students, after 2 years, are doubling the salary of the region, which create a truly geographical and social sustainability growth. We want to invite you to join us to double down on growth, double down on impact, and double down on talent. Thank you.
Well done. All right, last chance to ask questions. We have one right in the middle here.
Hey, well done, and very interesting space for sure. So with the speed at which AI is evolving and the type of talent that is needed, I'm curious what kind of training you provided to this tech talent, and in 2 years if it's going to be even relevant anymore.
What we do, if I understood properly, what we do is like we have a first like a full-time training based on technological and personal skills. The first training is very technical on any specific enterprise tool and AI, and then we place these professionals into clients. They start working with them, and then we have like a 2 years program where they keep growing, especially on the human part of the professional growth: communication, leadership, empathy, mentoring, all those things. What we create at the end of the road is like what every company expects when hire someone with 2 years of experience in terms of technological content and also the way to work.
But do the talent pay for that training courses?
No, it's free for the talent. They only commit to stay during the whole thing. Our client is only the enterprise.
Okay.
What level of customization can you bring in the training for each client?
We customize the training more based on the technology than the client itself. So what we make sure that they are very well trained, certificate and so on in technologies that are in high demand in the corporate world. But we don't do a specific like industry or company and so on.
Amazing. There was only 5 seconds left, so that's it. We're going to call it. Thank you for being our last pitch today.